No, yes, I'm probably. I think you about to ask me how far. I'm probably about 35 minutes away.
Man, boy, man, I went to where'd I go to? A school in Lexington called White Knoll, bro. Man,
Yeah,
I can't be
that's
driving
on.
them back roads, bro.
Yeah, that's on the other side.
Especially with this climate. We gonna get into that though. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all
Yeah.
think Crawford Canelo?
Who was that?
Hey,
The fight.
Crawford is the truth. Crawford the truth, bro.
Crawford is definitely the truth, man. I ain't gonna front. Before the fight, I said I would not bet on the fight. You feel me? Me myself. But after the fight, Crawford is like I said, he reaching that legendary status because
That's the black dude.
yeah, Canelo he made Canelo look like Canelo wasn't a good fighter.
He punished him, bro. He fought Canelo, but there's no comparison between that fight and the Floyd fight, bro. There ain't no comparison.
For sure.
So I don't know how I saw that fight with Floyd, bro. Which I know Canelo is a much better fighter, and Canelo is a good fighter, bro. But man, Crawford played with him, man.
I don't know. They'll have one more big payday, and I think Crawford will beat him again. But I just can't see Canelo just sitting off and like he probably cool right now. Like, yeah, I made a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? I still got the pride of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And but I think another within the next 6 months they'll announce they're gonna fight again.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I don't know anybody who want to step in the ring with Crawford, bro. Nobody.
It wasn't even close.
No.
He beat that man, cuz. And I did not expect, even if I was gonna take Crawford to win, I was like before the fight, I'm like,
it's gonna be
even if Crawford fight him, they gonna shit him on a decision if Canelo don't knock him out. But they couldn't even fix that fight.
Nope.
The way he beat that man.
No doubt. Hey, bro, if you want to see, go to YouTube and watch the highlights, bro. I'm telling you, man, it wasn't even.
You probably can go to YouTube and watch the fight. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's probably up there now. Yeah, the whole fight probably up there now.
And it's on Netflix. You can still watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was like 2:30 in the morning.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I stayed up, nigga. I seen them niggas walking out to the ring and passed the fuck out.
Damn.
And then I woke back up at around 6 o'clock in the morning and I watched it.
I watched the whole thing, man. I was at Kryptonite spot. I think I left there like at 2:30 in the morning. The fight was just over.
Yeah. They I get it. Vegas is the fight town. You gotta watch the fight there. I mean, they're gonna have most of the fights there, but they gotta start fighting in Madison Square because people on the Eastern Standard Time, that shit is a reach, bro.
At least find somewhere in the Midwest where everybody back 1 or 2 hours.
But nah, they gotta keep it in Vegas so people can bet their life away and they can catch it before they get to the airport.
Yep.
But either way, man, look, we can get right into it, man. This is the BOTB Live Show. I'm Jay Walker III. That's my brother, my partner, my co-host, Carolina Dirt. And returning to the panel, my man C has some motivated minds. What's going on with you, good brother?
No, bro. Hey, I finally got a break, man. Bro, between working and being on the road, man, trying to keep up my son's football game, bro. I don't have a minute to do nothing, man.
Hey, man, look, I understand. I definitely understand, man. And look, to the left, or depending on how you're looking at this, we have Mr. Anthony Knight, a.k.a. Free, returning to the building, our resident expert on all things adolescent and education. What's going on with you, brother?
How you doing, man? I'm doing real
Hey,
good.
man. Good to see you. Good to hear you. Good to see melanated black male faces, black heterosexual male faces on the screen. You feel me? You can get in trouble for saying shit like that, but I don't care. What's good with you, Carolina?
Hey, shit, man. Man, bro, we had a little break in the cold weather now. I think they'll pipe back up to 90-something degrees, but other than that, man, just maintain it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We was on last week, man. We had the 9/11 anniversary. 25 years, 24 years. But the day before the 9, we just gonna get right to it. The day before, and this is all in reference to the climate of the country, the climate of the nation. I'm not big on politics. I really try to stay away from them for the most part because people tend to piss me off, and I can't always brush that shit off my shoulders. However, these folks is losing their goddamn mind. So I'm gonna start with you, Free. What do you feel? How you check the pulse of the country right now? How do you feel about that?
I don't know, man. I kind of was prepared once November hit and he won. I was already kind of preparing myself because I don't think nothing that's happening now is on accident. I don't think nothing happening now wasn't said before. Like this is what they signed up for. So they getting what they paid for. A circus. Yeah. So I kind of myself personally, I got my community. We stay knowledgeable about what's going on. Try not to respond to everything that's happening. And keep the pace because it's gonna be over with in a little while. Just want to kind of know what's going on.
I can dig that. Hess, I seen you traveling the country, cuz you was in DC. You was there right around the time the National Guard was called up?
No, bro, I was in Philly, in New York.
Okay, my bad. I don't know why I thought you was in DC. But either way, what's your opinion? How you feeling right now in this very moment?
Man, listen, bro. My personal opinion is I see what is going on, bro, and in my opinion, what they're trying to set up. What's happening in this country, in my opinion, is exactly what they did in Nazi Germany and what they did in Italy. You know what I'm saying? And it's more, to me, they're taking a page out of Hitler's playbook where Germany scapegoated the Jews and what they call the Romas. The Romas were the gypsies, but nobody ever talked about the Romas. And that's what they're doing in this country, bro. They're scapegoating pretty much the transmission, that the alphabet community and the immigrants, bro. And they're taking a page out of the playbook, bro. They're slowly taking rights away, and it seems like a lot of people not paying attention, bro. And I believe it's just my belief that if this country broke out in a civil war, bro, it would not shock me.
I kind of feel like we already there. I don't know if y'all know or not. So outside of the Charlie Kirk shit, it's just random white folks misbehaving all over the fucking place. Did y'all see the DC baby, the white baby?
What white baby?
Oh man, look, you can Google it. Just put it in TikTok, put it in IG, put it in Facebook. White baby DC. So there's a couple, man and a woman.
I did see it. I did watch that one.
Walking down the street, a block from the White House, and they run across a brother just kind of sitting on the curb. And they recording, they doing a little selfie, a vlog or whatever. And they like, this black guy just randomly came up to me and was like, I'm gonna kill you and your wife. I'm gonna kill you your wife, and your white baby. Yeah, it sounds so crazy. So they call the cops and they get this brother arrested on hearsay.
On hearsay.
Oh, it wasn't recorded?
That's the point. That's the point that I'm making. They saying that this black man went back and forth with them, but they didn't start recording until they called the police.
Not only that, they walked the Secret Service to tell them what happened. You walked to Secret Service. They kept repeating that they was in D.C. by the White House. They said they walked to Secret Service to file a complaint.
And of course, Charlie Kirk's name came up. Of course, Trump's name came up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got a lot of white folks out here that's able to see through the bullshit. And to a point, we gonna need some of them white folks. You feel me? We gonna need some of them good white folks. But we gotta keep our camera on.
But bro, you know what's crazy? I think that these white folks gonna get tired of white folks. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, they already tired of it. I see just as many vlogs or TikToks, whatever reels you want to call. I see just as many white folks that's tired of the bullshit. And you gonna have that small percentage that's playing up for views, popularity, and social media celebrity. But you got a lot of people that be like, man, I don't even be on TikTok, man, but I am sick of this shit.
Mm-hmm. But
you feel me?
Charlamagne, I forgot who the guest was a couple weeks ago on the Breakfast Club, and he said he believed it's going to happen within MAGA. And I forgot who the guest was, and they were just like, it was a politician. They was like, you might be right, and I think it's starting. I don't
believe that, bro.
Between the Republicans and MAGA, because all Republicans ain't MAGA, just like all Democrats ain't the devil.
Right.
But bro, but see, this is why I heard Charlamagne say that, bro. But I don't believe that, because how many Republicans have actually come out, and I get where he was going, but have actually come out and stood up against Trump? None of them.
No, but like he said, those like the places that are going to be gerrymandered, that's in a Democratic stronghold, those people are going to get pushed out, and those are the people that are like, they not standing up, but they just not. I think they acknowledge what's about to happen to them, should I say?
I think we got to understand this too, though. A lot of Democrats complicit with that white man.
Oh, definitely.
Oh boy.
So you don't. So it's like he's overwhelming people. So you can't overwhelm when you won by 52% or 53%. It's and we got to call that, it's white nationalism. As long as white, and I think when we say good white folks, that's white people's responsibility to act to acknowledge and put on record that they not like their ancestors. Because to me, if I want to be safe, I got to protect myself against all white nationalism. So any white person that don't have a resume of saying I'm against certain things, you're a white nationalist. Period.
And that's kind of the way you got to look at it, man. It's not even kind of the way you got to look at it. They are the ones that are drawing the line in the sand. You know what I'm saying? Black people have collectively, and we've said this before, black people have collectively been like, you know what? Let's see what y'all do with it. Like, this is all the shit that y'all wanted. And the thing is, if every one of us fight back, if every one of us go to the poll, if every one of us sit in City Hall and we check these motherfuckers on the law, it ain't enough of us to change the tide. You feel me? So
I think it's enough to change in pockets.
In pockets. Agreed. Agree. In small townships, in small
And
cities.
I say this: if we show up in the South from North Carolina, Florida to Texas, then white folks don't stand a chance.
But it's the
Well,
inner cities, bro.
Florida's out.
It's the inner cities. That's what helped. It's the inner cities. So because the way they drawing a lot, normally the Democrats win, they lose most. Like in the states, they lose, but then when the inner cities show up, that's how they win because that's where the large concentration. So
that's Georgia.
Well, shoot, Georgia.
You know,
what?
the Democrat gonna win Atlanta, but you got to win them country towns because.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They got to show. So, bro, I think to your point, bro, is we got to show up, period. Because part of what happened was a lot of blacks did not vote, right? A lot of people didn't vote. A lot of blacks didn't vote. So, bro, that's part of the reason why we seeing what we seeing. That's why, because some of those Republican, and I ain't just talking about the presidency. My concern was Congress. You see what I'm saying? And the the representatives and stuff. So we got to show up, period.
Indeed, in a real way.
And I think the Latinos, the Latin community, shot themselves in the foot because it was like a 60-40 split.
I'm about to say.
And now they catching hell.
Yeah, but
hey, they learn. Hey, you see this? Say you gonna learn. Y'all can't see this. It's like you gonna learn today, right? They learn.
I know that's right.
They said it on the last election. They said the Latinos were going to decide who's going to be in office as far as the presidency, as far as the politics, and they did exactly what they weren't supposed to do. But once again, they didn't think they were like us, which they not like us. They thought they was better than us, and they went against their own interests. But then when it backfired, they wanted us to speak up. They wanted our help. They wanted our education of how to fight back. Nah, you can't have it. You can't have it every way now. When you can kick out your cousin or your brother or sister because they not legal and you don't care, you a different type of evil to me.
Bruh. And mean it too.
Yeah.
I want them gone. That shit crazy.
I saw an interview they had, it was several of them in the house, and the reporter was in there asking about voting and all that. And the reporter asked, how many of y'all are legal? And the dude that owned the house and his family was legal. The rest of them wasn't. And the reporter was like, so what are they going to do? He was like, well, it's up to them. I have to provide for my family. Like, that's some fucked up shit.
I mean, especially if you let them in the house. Now, all of a sudden, they not welcome or whatever happens. It's crazy.
So does that change the narrative? When people be talking about, only black people don't stick together, does that change that narrative?
It should.
And that narrative was never true. Cause
we know that, bro, that it was never true. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that's what folks say. But yeah, them Chicos, I'm sorry, the Latinos, bro, they was cutting each other's head off.
But you see, they went after the Asians, and with the Asians, the Asians didn't want to rock with us at one point, but they went after the Asians. They looking for help. They went after the Latinos and Hispanics. They look for everybody looking for the black voice. But when we needed help or we needed some backup, ain't nobody want to talk. So now that as a group, and I'm not saying that everybody sitting back, see, as like you said, we got to stand up and fight. But as a collective, it just seems like that we're sitting back compared to their situation because we were.
But that's the moment that we in now. So now that black folks is kind of like, all right, cuz, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Black folks, our favorite shit to say is, it is what it is. And we giving it is what it is attitude. And we not explaining that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But what black folks we voted.
Right.
Like 90% of black women voted for Kamala and like 80% of black men. Like, we voted for our better interests. I mean, we could have had more people at the poll, but people who didn't vote voted. And you telling me you got a 60? Like, how can you be a white woman and vote for Trump after what he said?
Yep.
Because you just said it, bro. Because some of them are white women, and because some people just not gonna vote for a black woman. Period.
But I'm not gonna vote for a rapist.
but guess what, bro? At the end of the day, is just what it is. It's a
I know.
caucasoid.
But it's so
caucasoid.
crazy that I would vote for a white rapist over a black female. Like that don't make that make sense.
Nothing makes sense. In any argument that they have, all of the derogatory, all of the unflattering, if he a black pilot, he's only a pilot because of DEI, as if an airline would take a chance on having an unqualified pilot. Meanwhile, I just seen a video of a white pilot drunk as a motherfucker they had to take into custody before he flew a plane. Drunk as a motherfucker, looking like Denzel looked in flight.
Not only that, I was just about like you worried about that, right? See this. How many black pilots have you seen in the military?
Okay. I've seen quite a few because, like, okay, I'm gonna use the Army. For the Army, we got a lot of black helicopter pilots. We got helicopters.
Well, that's
so
what I'm saying.
We got a lot of black. Now, pilots between the Navy and Air, not a whole lot, bro. Not a lot.
What I'm saying is, so what's the standard? What's the difference in standard when he's trying to do his defense on him? What's the difference in standard for a black military pilot as far as a helicopter plane compared to
none, bro? None. And you none, bro. And see, this is what you got to remember. When you see a black pilot, when you start talking military and you see a black pilot, bro, you better believe that they are the cream of the crop. You see what I'm saying? So think about this when he's talking about black pilots. They talked about the Tuskegee Airmen, right? Mm-hmm. Remember that? And they didn't think nobody.
I just watched that movie the other day, pilots.
But what happened? What happened? Before it was all said and done, everybody, all the bombers wanted to be escorted by the black pilots because when you see a black pilot, they are the cream of the crop.
It's the talking points. It's the last ditch effort to. I don't think we'll ever, in totality, in white nationalism or the idea of white supremacy. It'll never end. It'll always be small pockets of these motherfuckers everywhere. You feel me?
You don't know.
But I do feel like, right. I do.
99%.
I ain't gonna put no percentage on it, but it's higher than it is low.
I tell you what, it's 99% because you can't breathe the air and not be racist. Because you have to actually believe. So black people, it's only two things you can believe about black people. When you boil it all down, either something wrong with us or something's happening to us. And if something happening to us, that means you can provide a solution. Like I'm not gonna train a cat to meow and a dog to, a cat to bark and a dog to meow. It's not possible. But I can train them to do certain tasks. So if you cannot say for 400 years black people be in the worst conditions that you can provide a human being to be in, and you don't have solutions for them to get out of it. And then when we create our own solutions, you sabotage us from within. And then you train our own people to hate ourselves, to sabotage us when we do get it. So either you're gonna get shot like Martin Luther King by the white man, or you're gonna get sabotaged from within like Fred Hampton. But either way it goes.
Or Malcolm X.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you start talking Fred Hampton and Malcolm X, who was at the root of all of that?
Elijah Muhammad.
Nope. When you peel it on your back, bro, the government actually had Malcolm X killed, bro.
You talking about the murder? Yeah.
Right?
I thought you were talking about the
now who pulled the trigger?
I thought you were talking about the trigger of black people. And you know the Africans that went to jail for killing him didn't kill him. The only person that went to jail for killing Malcolm X that we know for sure was the brother they beat half to death. The other two brothers who got millions of dollars after they got out of jail they weren't on the scene.
Right. The government set that up, bro, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
They got Malcolm X's daughter on trying to kill Farrakhan. She did time.
Right. So back, but to your point, bro, see, the thing is, I just personally think actually there's nothing wrong with us, but what you said is, what you're saying, and to your point is it's the programming and it's what they actually show us of us. So like there's this narrative that says that black people don't own anything. We don't this and that. Bro, I was just in Orlando and I just seen a black owned television studio. I didn't know it existed. You know what I'm saying? I just saw it. Called like Afro TV or something like that.
I thought
But
you
then
said
they don't
DET.
talk about what's that?
I thought you said DET.
So no, real talk, bro. And
I
then
know
like
somebody.
like they don't talk about like Byron Allen, right? So Byron Allen tried to buy to one of these major networks. They wouldn't let him. So you know what he did? He kind of created his own. So he owns the griot and all kinds of other stuff, but they don't show us that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when
That's
you
all
look
she teaching.
Well, of course,
That's all
but
she
what?
teaching.
Right, but what I'm saying, bro, is this. What I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with us. It's just that it's what they, when you look at TikTok, what do you see all day long? Nothing but negativity about us, right? So it's conditioning and it's programming, but bro, we are out here doing all kinds of great things. They just don't show it to us.
And we don't advertise. And I give you a good example to piggyback off you. When I remember coming up, we had rap music. You can listen to Kool Moe Dee, Big Daddy Kane, Luke Skywalker, right? Pop That Pussy, or you can get Self-Destruction. It was enough balance in mainstream music that you couldn't say we were one way. We were a whole genre of music, which is ratchet and not ratchet. But as white people began to take over, they stopped the balancing of having positive music and only put the ratchetness out there. So the more ratchet you was, the more attractive you were, and the more money you made, which is how you got to the bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That's how you got to Pocket Full of Stones. So now you're flooding the airways with music that don't have any relevance to it's no balance. I'm not saying you got to be clean, but it's got to be a balance. You can't tell me, yeah.
But did the conscious rap and the positives, did it go away?
No.
It did not go away. It's still there. They just don't. It's what they flood the airways with, right?
Right. So now you begin to think that this gangster rap, then you put cocaine in the mix, right? And now you and I'll tell you a big difference. When our granddads was fighting in the streets, our dads, it was either with a pocket knife or a 6-shooter. How the hell we get Mac 10s, 100-round shots? Who brought this shit to the neighborhood?
You already know who brought
Dropped
it
it off.
Right.
Dropped it off. Trailer full of them hoes.
And then give you pounds of cocaine to go with it. Then tell us we savages because we doing what we supposed to be doing. You give people cocaine and guns and let them fight to the top. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
And money.
And money. And
it's crazy, man.
And then when I give you this. Atlanta right now is the Black Wall Street, man. Atlanta is politically black. It's economically black. You can be a black businessman. You can be a black politician. You can be an educator. We run the education system, especially in DeKalb County. But then what I'm saying when I say that, it's not advertised, and it's by far the richest city in the South. Ain't nobody but Houston got money like Atlanta. Because you got all the trains come through here. You could be in any state. You could be in several states in 6 hours from Atlanta or less. You got the Federal Reserve Bank. You got the most populated city. You got the most populated city in the center. It's Black Wall Street, but it's not advertised as Black Wall Street.
But you know what we get out of Atlanta? What's the show? What's that show with like Rashida and all that? What's the show?
Love and hip hop.
That's what we get out of Atlanta. Yeah. That's what they show us of Atlanta. You got to go there to know. You got to go there to know what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? With Atlanta is like the black Mecca right now.
And you got several neighborhoods that's all black with $500 to $1 million homes without a white person in sight. And white people do not. I get another reason. White people won't move in the best black neighborhood they could, even if it's close to their job. White folks will not come around us. Unless we singing, dancing, playing football, or doing something, they won't come around us. They'll eat our barbecue, they'll watch our sports, and they'll sleep with a woman every now and then. But they won't come around us. You could be successful in Atlanta, went to Georgia Tech, got a job at Home Depot, and be 5 minutes from an all-black neighborhood in Southwest Atlanta, and they won't move over there unless if they do move, it's got to be gentrified. They won't move and keep it the way it is.
Well, see, that's the thing. And it goes back to what Hess was talking about in terms of the rise of Hitler and his merry band of whoever the fuck they thought they was. It's the propaganda, because it's the programming of, as long as we only show them boys in the hood, they'll never show the wood, but they'll stay showing boys in the hood. Both in the same areas, both black people, but the wood, they was just some regular old kids that grew up in the hood, worked hard, and made good. But you will see Baby Boy, Boys in the Hood, Minister Society, damn near on repeat. I think I seen Minister Society on CMT, the country music television card. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's by design. It's by design.
Of course it is. So it takes groups of men like us. It takes groups of women, black women, to keep these conversations going and let them know that a lot of this shit is propaganda. Because don't let them. They gonna want you to focus on the 2% of motherfuckers that's out here acting a goddamn donkey. When it's 8 more percent that's acting like donkeys, but they don't want to. And then it's the other 90% that's trying to do what they mama and they daddy told them to do, because they was raised in church and they know the golden rule and they know the 10 commandments and all that other shit.
So, bro, can I ask you a question to that point though? Like, okay, cause like today, bro, I was ready to go to war today. I swear, cause I had time today. You know what I'm saying? So,
indeed.
So let me ask y'all this: Have all y'all been on the cruise?
Yeah,
I have not.
Okay, so have you ever seen black people fighting on a cruise?
No.
TikTok.
I've seen videos of it. Yeah.
No. I'm saying actually seen it. I'm saying, bro, I have been. So what I'm saying, I've been on several cruises. I've never seen black people fight on the cruise. We all get along, right? So my question is, how? But ask me if I've seen them other folk do it and argue. So my question is, how is it that they always catch us acting a fool when all day long I see the Caucasoids doing all kinds of crap all day long, bro? But they always manage to catch us. That's their programming.
That's definitely the programming, and it's definitely the goal of white supremacy and white nationalism.
And that's what the governor of what's name was talking about. Utah. He's like, I wish it wasn't us. I wish it wasn't us. Like, he didn't want to admit that this white boy was raised in Utah, Mormon, pitching and catching with the roommate. And that's who shot your boy. It wasn't none of us. It wasn't no extremist black person. That's who shot your boy. A resident of Utah.
But you ever see that the conversations, black people always killing black people, but you don't hear the conversation of white people killing up people. Like we say that, but you don't see that as far as news coverage or when politicians are going, the conversation of politicians going back and forth. You don't hear that. As a matter of fact, they're trying to silence that also. But yet we're supposed to be comfortable with hearing black people, all they do is commit crime against other black people. No, when you're shooting up schools and churches and your mama and daddy and
movie theaters,
and you and your buddy are getting drunk on a boat and killing each other, you don't hear those stories. You don't.
And that's why I posted. That's why I posted every chance I get. What do we call this? Why don't I post it every chance I get?
I was so disgusted that they was like, that man, and don't get it twisted. Nobody wants to see anybody perish the way that man perished. Don't get it twisted. But the fact that they was like, he was assassinated, I was like, who the fuck is he and what did he do for you to try to classify that as an assassination?
You know why? You know why they do? You know why they're doing that?
Because they want to make him a martyr.
They're trying to make him a martyr, bro, so they can kick off whatever they're trying to kick off. But yet, Michelle Hortman, we all know, and her husband was assassinated, right? And the other senator from up there was shot. They swept that right under the rug.
Right. Matter of fact, they asked Trump the other day. He's like, "Who's that? I don't know who that is." Come on now. Like, I don't understand how you mad with your old lady if she lie. You mad with your husband if he lie. You mad with your kids if they lie. You mad with the bills. You call the operator for your bills and they lie. But you gonna follow this man that lies constantly. You follow him blindly and he's constantly lying. And when people pull facts and receipts, you find another way. You push the goalpost. How is that possible?
It's not even pushing the goalpost, because it is a blatant agenda at this point.
I'm talking about the other ones. They move the goalposts and try to say, well, what about this? What about no? Answer the question.
Nah, those are the people that's actually showing their true colors. Because again, when we talked about the Tuskegee Airmen, we talk about black pilots, black commercial pilots, black military pilots. No matter how you felt about the job that Barack Obama did, the one thing that we can all say is he was motherfucking qualified times 10, because he wouldn't have even got close. You feel me? So it's the insanity of you think because you're eloquent and you put together these words and you ask these questions and you provide these crazy statistics on what black people do, while never bringing up what your own demographic does. And us as black people, we have to let the other ones know, the ones that are not necessarily, the ones that buy into the propaganda, the ones that say, I can't trust D'Artagnan because D'Artagnan ain't shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't let Tanya wash my head because Tanya ain't shit. You feel me? We gotta stop with their narrative. When we started speaking their narrative, that was the downfall of us.
When we start letting white folks educate our children, even if you go to a white school, I'm not even saying you gotta go to a black school. And when I mean black, I mean it ain't gotta be number. I'm talking about when we stop teaching our Sunday schools, when we stop taking our kids in environments where they were learning about their grandparents and their grandparents' grandparents and the legacy of the community from a black lens, we got screwed.
Well, that's what they took off the air. You gotta think, there's no more movies like that, no more TV shows like that. As far as us growing up, we didn't have social media. We had to go sit in those rooms and those living rooms and them backyards and those family reunions. But kids today don't have to do it. And then as far as TV and computers, we don't have that as far as at 8 o'clock TGI Friday with black families as far as family matters. We don't have that.
And a dad and granddad taking their grandson or granddaughter and grandma to the mall shopping and telling them about their aunties and uncles and where they came from in Mississippi and Carolina and how it was. And you remember we used to go back. I don't know, if you went up north, you had to come back home in the summer, at least for a week or two. And you seen Big Mama them, and you ate them collard greens, and you got them good. You know what I'm saying? When you allow your enemy to teach your child, you screwed. And you can go to Thomas Jefferson High School, but when you come home, you're supposed to be learning what we doing here. What that school tell you is fine, but you don't go against what you was raised. And we're not teaching our children.
But Malcolm X said that, bro. He said only a fool would let his enemy educate his children, right? Mm-hmm. So to your point, bro, you're correct. And that's the one thing, man, that and I ain't saying we don't do it, but we got to educate our children on them, and that's why, like, man, I encourage anybody like to go to Montgomery, bro, to the Justice and Peace Memorial and to the Legacy. I've been there now 7 times. I took my son and I show him. And I have with all my boys, I have conversations, bro, with my niece, and that's what we got to have those conversations. Which, not saying that we don't, but you're correct, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't teach their kids nothing. Some of these kids, not all of them.
Right.
Some of these
But that
kids are
car
lost.
ride home from practice with your son is a hell of a time to make a lesson. You know, hey man, you seem like you dipped your shoulder when you went in there. You gotta go head up. You can't go around it. Now that transferring everything. You gotta be a man of integrity to play ball with and be a good teammate. You know, your teammate depend on you to know your plays. You can't forget them. Them little small lessons go a long way. What did y'all think about that boy got hung in Mississippi?
I think it was suicide.
You think it was suicide?
Let me tell you why. Because he was because everybody say, well, black person not gonna hang themselves, but he was from Grenada. See, that's two totally different histories, right?
Okay.
So that's why I personally think that it was suicide, because a couple hours later they also found a white guy hanging. So when I found out that guy
was in Vicksburg, though. That was in Vicksburg.
Yes. So you talking about the kid at Delta State? What I'm saying is he was from Grenada. He wasn't no black. I personally think it was
he's from
suicide.
Grenada, Mississippi. He's from Grenada, Mississippi.
They got a Grenada, Mississippi?
Yeah.
That's not funny. That's not funny, but it's
Grenada is LaFleur County.
Bro, I didn't know they had a Grenada. So never mind.
They got Greenville, Grenada, Greenwood. That's Grenada. No, that's
I'm
down the
thinking
street.
Like Grenada, like the island Grenada, man.
No, that's 30 minutes.
Grenada,
that's 30
Mississippi.
minutes. That's 30 minutes from the school.
That young man's name, the young man's name is Trey. They call him Trey Reed. I don't know if it's Trevathan or something, but his family call him Trey Reed.
And how do you not have cameras? They say it was a blind spot, so they couldn't see.
And who would know where the blind spot was?
A 19-year-old black boy.
Who would know where the blind spot was?
I'm saying it's hard for me to believe a 19-year-old black boy know where the blind spot is to go hang himself in the middle of the town, in the middle of the
with two broken arms, and they did an autopsy. They said his arms was broke.
No, bro. Go back and look. They said the initial coroner report said that was false. So that he had no broken bones. But here's my thing: if the family has such an issue with it, they need to do an independent autopsy.
They're asking for it.
Of course. They're
asking for it. Jasmine Crockett out there. Jasmine Crockett went out there. She said she's gonna pay for the funeral. The family want an independent autopsy. It's Bolivar County. That's Cleveland, Mississippi, and that's by Mound Bayou, the first black settlement in the United States. Anyway, the family. So they got him walking, but then it's like he don't see him no more. Then he hung. And then it's like, and I don't think you know this about Bolivar County. Bolivar County in 2018 had the federal government come in and tell them they had to desegregate their high school because they had a black high school and a white high school, a black prom and a white prom. They got it's one nightclub, it's a black night and a white night. I'm in 2018, right? So it's still very segregated, you know?
And let me say this. Respect to that family, they dealing with a tremendous loss, man.
Yeah.
In the
y'all got me messed up. I know it was a Grenada, Mississippi.
No, in the event, like it'll probably be months before we get all the information. If it was self-inflicted, God bless their family. I mean, no matter what, God bless the family. You never know what an individual is going through, man. But if there is any foul play, you feel me? Like that's the shit that we talking about. And while black folks is being humble and quiet and standing their motherfucking ground and staying out the way, you cannot continue to think that going in the direction that we going, that you won't get a problem.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. It comes down to the power of information. Like you talk to some black people, be like you said, we ain't in it, and you ask them stuff, and they don't even know what's going on. I think that's not good. You cannot be in it, but still know the info, and I think that's part of our issue too. if you don't know something, that's cool to admit that you don't know it. But you go to some of these people and you be like, you know what's going on? Nah, I keep my head down and low. Nah, you can't keep your head down low. You at least got to keep your ears open.
Mm-hmm. Keep your head on the swivel.
Hey, if you don't know, shut your goddamn mouth. That's what we need to do too. If you don't know what you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Why don't people take a good time? Hey, I don't know much about that, man. I need to keep my mouth closed.
Right. Or if you said something, because sometimes, don't get it twisted, because we get inundated with so much information every fucking day. I don't expect anybody to always have the answer, to always know if it's a Grenada, Mississippi. What are the results? What's the effect of whether or not it was self-inflicted or somebody? I don't expect you to have all those answers. However, you have to have the accountability to be like, I didn't know that. Or, you know what? Before I speak on it, let me find out. You feel me? I don't have the answers to everything. I am not a political genius. I come on this podcast to speak with my brother and our family and our friends around, and I want to talk the way that I talk. And don't get it twisted. I'm about 95%, because the other 5% would get me canceled. Law enforcement might come and see me. Don't get it twisted. However, you know what I'm saying? I speak like an everyday man because that's what most of us are. Most of us ain't political pundits. Most of us aren't economic geniuses. Most of us aren't specialized in law enforcement. You feel me? So I like to have real conversations. So I don't mind if you get something wrong, but you got to be able to walk that shit back if you said some out of the way shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
you feel me?
So speaking of that, so how do y'all feel about the whole freedom of speech? Because when we were
ain't no freedom of speech,
but that's what I'm saying. But when we were screaming freedom of speech, they didn't want to hear it, but they expect us to respect freedom of speech now.
No, they don't.
But bro, you know what that is though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, Jake, bro. You remember when we was in the army? You remember they used to say, "Do as I say, not as I do."
Oh yeah. Shit, right? My mama said that.
Like, it's just like I saw that. What's old boy that they just canceled? They just canceled the show.
Jimmy
what's
Kimmel.
his name?
Jimmy Kimmel.
What did he say for the show to get canceled?
He just talked about Trump all the time.
That's it. That's it.
He was Trump is his punchline and most of his jokes.
Right, but what I read, bro, is that he said something about Charlie Kirk, and that was a MAGA, pretty much MAGA cause. That was MAGA. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He said MAGA is hijacking that man's death and using it for their own political gain.
Correct. And they canceled it. Right. So
they canceled all of them. Colbert gone.
Yeah.
Kimmel gone now. I don't know if they said anything about Fallon. Fallon might play the game, but all the late night shows is gone.
And they're not making money like they used to either to justify it. That's the justification.
But hold on, because this is something that we talk about, cuz. How long do rich people just lose money? Let's be real.
Forever.
No. Just sit idly by for the good of the people, lose money.
Ain't the newspaper in America make a profit? And they gonna print that motherfucker every day.
I get that, but what I'm saying is we can't always say that a motherfucker lost a whole bunch of money. First off,
no. What I'm trying to say is Jimmy Kimmel and Colbert were not making gobs of money for the thing. So to just, I agree with you.
So what you're saying, they basically cut the losses?
No, I'm saying they take losses. Fox take losses every day. They don't make a profit. But Rupert, I'm making it.
So you saying what I'm saying is you saying with Jimmy Kimmel and like Colbert, they were taking a loss, so they went ahead and cut their losses.
No, I'm saying that that's their alibi to say why I cut it. Because Fox
say it like that.
Fox News don't make no money. Yeah. Fox News don't make no money. Only thing they make money with Fox is those personalities that get up there and say any fucking thing they want to say, which is why they lost in court. They lost their court because they know they not official news. They propaganda. So Jimmy Kimmel comes and say what he wants. It's like if you got 15 McDonald's and 2 of them don't make money, but it's in the community. This your first McDonald's. You're not gonna let that go because it's losing you $200,000 a year, and the other one making $400,000. You see what I'm saying? You got 15, so you making a profit. You just got a couple losses in a couple McDonald's, but you don't cut them, right? But that you can justify cutting them because it's not making money, but you don't cut them.
Whenever you have an agenda. That's my point. My point is not that they was making money. My point is they could have cut them motherfuckers 10 years ago.
Right.
No, they ain't been making money in a long time.
But also, Stephen Colbert, real quick, Stephen Colbert had high viewer ratings, and Jimmy Kimmel had high viewer ratings. So he can't allow them to speak to us and degrade him. That's what they weren't making money, but they had a lot of viewership. Because even Stephen Colbert said, "My numbers ain't down."
He was winning.
So then it goes back to the point of free speech. It's like we say freedom. I said this today. I'm gonna put this on a shirt. Freedom ain't free, but neither is speech.
Okay.
And the truth of the matter, what you're saying, brother, is they didn't want the message to get out against Trump. But also what Trump do is he's in charge of the FCC. Which means you don't get a license to put nothing on TV without Trump saying it's okay. So you just spent $20 million on this new sitcom, or $20 million on this new what's the name? Like the boy South Park just got all that money, right? If Trump wants to, he can say, you know what? Your next deal is not gonna go through unless South Park is off the air.
South Park got a crazy number too. South Park got a dumb number.
But it's like they like Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't need you.
I don't need you.
So then guess what, Jay? That goes back to what we was talking about earlier. It's the same thing that the Nazis did, right? You get rid of the books, you control. It's all propaganda. They're controlling all of the narrative. It's right.
Brother, the Nazis learned everything from America.
Did y'all see what your boy Elon trying to do?
What he do now?
He trying to buy into ChatGPT.
Microsoft ain't selling that. Hey, them white folks, he got money, but he ain't got that type of money.
He ain't got that type of money, but you got to look at things got real reckless when he bought X.
Yeah.
As far as voicing people's
because that
real stupid. So now, as many people that goes to ChatGPT, if he can have any type of control in that, do you know how much he will mess people up?
He just want to shut it down because he got his own AI. That's what it really is.
But he ain't got the paper, man. It's like Michael Jordan telling Warren Buffett something. You got paper, nigga. Don't get it wrong. But you ain't got this type of paper.
Hey, real quick also, did y'all see when your boy funeral is?
When is it?
Sunday at 2:00. I think it's at a football stadium. I think it's in Arizona at the football stadium.
What Arizona? At a college stadium?
I'm looking it up right now. I was just reading on it.
And see, now this is gonna be a trip. If they stop playing the game, stop playing the football, like televising the game to go to this fucking funeral, we know what's happening.
Or if they stop the game,
State Farm Stadium in Arizona, Glendale. That's where the Cardinals play, right?
They must have an away game. They have an away game.
But how they going? That's 80,000 people. You think 80,000? Now this is gonna be the real thing. Can you put 50,000 people in that arena? Can Charlie Clark put 50,000 people in there? That would be some scary shit, dog.
Yes, easily.
If a man who said the stuff he said can put 50,000 to 60,000 asses in seats,
where they know it's gonna be a camera at. Cause see, now you can't say if you showing up to that funeral and you ain't that man's family. You know what I'm saying? You didn't work with him.
Nipsey got 20 at the Staples Center.
Right.
And you mean tell me Charlie Kirk from Illinois? He ain't from Arizona. If he can get 50,000 seats, if he can get 50,000 seats, 50,000 asses in the seats, that's gonna say a lot, bro.
But Anthony, that go back to what you said when we first started about knowing who you are as far as good white people. If you show up, of all those cameras out there, we don't know what side.
We know what you want.
They not like us.
But bruh, don't we already know what side? Y'all didn't hear the conversations at work and stuff. You didn't see the people at work that was distraught because. So we already know.
You know, we said at work, oh, he got shot. Oh my God, who wants pizza?
Damn. But you know what? And even to that. So on the same day they had that shooting in Colorado.
Yeah, 2 kids
we
got shot.
Never heard no more about that shit once that man got shot.
Nope. Nothing.
And the crazy thing about it is they won't put that man shot that dude because of that scope, right? 250 yards, which I heard not a hard shot, but you got to have the right scope. They will not do gun regulations. So no matter how many, you can kill white babies, white men. They not gonna pull back them guns. I'm not even saying don't stop making them, but you can't give a motherfucker that you know got a mental disorder. As long as you got money, you can buy it.
Right. Yeah, so, bro, can I ask something about that though? About the shot. So, bro, Jay, you remember going to the range in the Army?
Indeed.
Okay. Do you remember the target? How many meters the targets were?
300.
From 50 to 300.
Yeah. 50, 150, 200, 300.
That's right. Did we have people hitting that 300 meter target?
Absolutely.
Without
no scope.
No scope. So what I'm saying is, bro, that's not really. Hunters do that all the time.
It's not a hard shot.
And they said he had a hunting background. They said he did. I think what I saw, they said he went hunting when he, grew up hunting.
With his dad.
Hunters do it all the time. When you got a rifle with a scope, if you go to the range and you shoot on a regular basis, that's not a hard shot. Because if we can teach a soldier, so BRM lasts, let me think, 2 or 3 weeks, right? So if you can teach a soldier, a person straight off the street with no weapons experience at all, to hit a target either 200 or 300 meters with no scope, right?
With 20 shots.
Been doing it since they about 10 years. Bro, it's an easy shot.
You teaching somebody how to do that with one magazine. If you didn't, you are terrible if you didn't hit that target with a full magazine.
So it's not a difficult shot for somebody who practiced a little bit.
No. And have you seen them people, bro? Have you seen them people at the ranges? Bro, they be out there with 5.56, 7.62. Bro, they be out there shooting big scopes, all kinds, range finders, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't like a Bobby Lee Swagger from like Shooter. It wasn't a shot from over a mile away
with wind and all that.
What they say, it was 200 yards, right?
250, like 250, two football fields with some chain.
So like he said,
a good night for Bo Jackson.
So like he said, you doing a shot from prone and a shot from a foxhole, a standing shot and a prone shot. Even if you miss, you ain't missed that motherfucker by much.
Which is why they say shot him in the neck. The bullet skinned his neck and blew him up.
So
he wasn't.
That's probably because, you know why, bro? So with the scope, that's probably because the trajectory. Because oftentimes, you remember, bro, bullets drop. You see what I'm saying? So, and depending on the type of scope he had, bro, man, shoot.
So let me ask y'all this also on the way out, because we've been on this an hour. So did y'all see the pastor's viral speech? The pastor about how you die does not redeem how you live.
John Howard Wesley.
So
Howard John Wesley. I'm sorry, Howard John Wesley.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
He's saying that they trying to celebrate this man in his death.
You know, they compared him to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That's what they are trying to compare him to.
Man.
That's what the white people are trying to compare him to.
Yep.
They're trying to compare him to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They are saying this in government buildings. They are saying this in their churches. They are saying this in their living rooms. they are trying to compare him to that.
Well, they was fucking white women.
Oh no! Before we go, no.
They was all fucking white women. That's the only thing they got in common.
Man, look, the lady that I think her name is Branham, Sarah Branham or something like that. You can look her up. Lady got on social media and was like, yeah, I called ICE on that Hyundai plant down in Georgia, and they went out there and they deported all them damn Koreans that was there to set up this plant for, what do they say, 1,800 American workers?
Yeah.
She don't know. She thinks she getting some mix. Is shut the fuck up and stay in your lane sometimes. Not because you a woman, but because you an idiot.
Yeah.
You went out of your way to report some shit that didn't have shit to do with you, and then you found out you fucked up bigger than you thought.
But them Koreans was there. They got a special skill. They weren't like they're just pouring concrete and
they are there to get the plant up and running, to hand it over to the residents of Georgia.
Correct. And they making them machines that's got to be, I mean, to the 0.001% accuracy. So they not, right. You just can't hire anybody to do that.
No.
So they sent all them Koreans back home. The plant is going to be delayed for its opening. So you fucking up money. And then she's a congressional candidate for the state of Georgia. So you fucking up your own life just because you thought you was doing the MAGA way.
But they didn't. Korea sent the plane, so we come to get our people. I seen a conversation. I saw somebody post about it, and a white person said, "Well, just hire Americans to finish it." How can you hire Americans if these Koreans can barely speak English? Their code, their system, their infrastructure is probably built through the Korean language. How can you just put Americans in there?
You can't. And how can you make a machine put a button in the same spot 10,000 times a day with no mistake? You can hire a set of skills.
You can hire Americans to do that for Hyundai, but then all you got is Cadillac. And we know them motherfuckers ain't shit.
Bro, if Uncle Willie heard you say that, bro, he put hands on you.
Nah, the old Fleetwood, the other Cadillac back in mid-90s and before, that was a motherfucker. These new Cadillacs now, these is motherfucking Legos with motherfucking etch-a-sketch insides.
Brand new.
And you spending a bunch of money on nothing.
Brand new with the buttons falling out.
There you go. Hey man, look, I love you brothers, man. I'm not too proud to say that, man. I love the conversation that we have. I love the energy and the passion in which we had it. If you got a problem with anything that was said, you can send me an email, and I'm gonna tell you what, I don't give a shit. I feel like that man felt like he felt, and my life is my life until it ain't my life no more. I'm Jay Walker III. That's Carolina Dirt. That's C here, some motivated minds. Y'all check him out on YouTube. And Anthony Two Free Night. We appreciate you, brother. Is there anything? I'll give y'all a spotlight. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, CS?
Hey, bro. We was just talking about a lot of the like the false narratives that's like going on in our community, man. So, bro, we got to get out and be involved in our community and stop believing everything that those people tell us about us. It is an agenda, and we can't fall for that, man. We got to be active, involved with our kids, man, and we educate them like we were just talking about earlier, bro.
Say that. Two Free, what you got?
I say the same thing. If something ain't the way you want it, go out there and fix it.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother. What you got, Carolina?
Shit, your choices define who you are as an individual.
Hey.
That's it.
Love the people who love you back always, man. This is the BOTB Live Show, man. Till the next time, y'all be easy, man. We gone.